What's up? What's up? What's up? It's your boy DJ here with another episode of the NFC South versus the NFL. Like I said, my name is DJ. No Twitter handle. I'm here with my brothers.
This your boy Mike Ricks, man. Happy birthday, DJ. Keep pounding.
Appreciate it.
It's your boy TJ. All I gotta say is today. Happy birthday, DJ.
Good looking, good looking.
And it's your boy D-Pack, America's fan. Happy birthday, DJ.
Good looking, fellas. Good looking. Appreciate it. As you can see, that bald head is shining today. I ain't wearing no hat today for the Bucks. We're gonna talk about that later. But yeah, we here. Week 4 edition. One quarter of the season about to be done. We at the quarter spot. This is when I guess you start really starting to see what your team is made of, who you kind of might be. About to round out September, the month of mirages. And we gonna dive into that, but I think we want to touch something first before we get into that. Mike,
The Indianapolis Colts hosted the Atlanta Falcons. Hey, y'all want me to start? I can go. I'm gonna keep mine short with them, man. You know I'm biased.
I'm gonna give everybody, a round of applause. I think we were undefeated on this.
I think we all picked the Colts.
Yeah, so bias, right? I just want to throw that out there. It's biased when Brissett goes 16 for 16 to start the game. But Mike, you going through it. I got things, but I ain't gonna go through it.
Go ahead, man. You started it. Go ahead.
I mean, it was everything. It was everything that I expected to see from Atlanta. I mean, like I said, I am a Devontae Freeman fan. I think that was like for him he didn't do totally a lot, but I think he's hampered by that offense. I don't think he can be the player that he needs to be and shine because of that offense. Matt Ryan, welcome to Dirk Cutter's system. What is he already at? Eight interceptions? Is that or six? He already at a high number. I think he's gonna cross over 20 interceptions this year. That's the scheme. So y'all better get used to these turnovers. I don't really see it stopping. I don't. I really don't. I don't know. Like I said, Caleb McGarry, a bright spot. I want to talk about him a little bit. He low-key is like my hero. I think this guy has battled through a lot. I appreciate his toughness. He's out there just fighting. Between the heart problem, he had some leg issues. He almost left out last week on. I did enjoy watching that, but I think you want to talk about something that was good to watch. I enjoy watching Brissett. Brissett was accurate. I hate to, kind of throw Atlanta to the side, but if you're a fan of football, you had to appreciate, especially how Brissett came out and played. Like that man was on the money. He was just hitting guys. I know he kind of fell off towards his third and everything like that. And I'm not gonna say he fell off, but obviously he didn't continue on with the onslaught of no incompletions. I don't know, man. I ain't gonna take everything. Atlanta, I just knew this was gonna happen. It's 1 and 2. Welcome to the club. Part of my club. So,
Man, check this out. Look, okay, I'm gonna be as objective as I possibly can to the Atlanta Falcons. This is the thing. Every single year they have a good offense. Every single year, you got the usual suspects. You got Freeman. You got Ridley.
my friend.
You got Julio. They never had issues dealing with defense, which is very shocking to me. It's shocking because you have a defensive-minded coach, but yet year after year, your defense sucks. You know, I mean, it is crazy. You know, like, and it don't help also that you change offensive coordinators every single year too. That's tough on the offense, man. That's tough on the quarterback. I don't care who you are, man. When you keep on changing systems and changing coordinators, that's tough, man. And I think we all can agree Matt Ryan has not been the same since Kyle Shanahan went out to San Francisco. That was his best year. That's when he was a league MVP. That's when he was out here balling. But the Atlanta Falcons are the Atlanta Falcons, man. I mean, so close yet so far. People going to keep on saying that we're biased, but your team, I mean, bruh, up and down. You know what I'm saying? 500 at best. Win one, lose one. I mean, that's just what it is. And not to mention, like, I feel like they kind of snake bit because now you got Keanu Neal. He's out for the season with a torn Achilles. So the Atlanta Falcons, to me, I think they probably going to end up, even though I said at the beginning, I think I said going to be 10-6, I think they're going to roll about 7-9 or 8-8 because you cannot keep on having these up and down games and stuff like that, man. And they could easily, I'm talking about easily, be 0-3. Easily. I mean, I think that if Philadelphia didn't give them that game on the silver platter, they would be in the basement right now. So don't get mad at us. Don't get mad at us, Atlanta Falcon fans, because, you know, you think that we being biased. Look at your team. I mean, you got to be real.
Hey, I'm going to jump in, Pack, and I'm going to let you go last, man. I'm not going to be long. I'm going to just give a little take. I think there was I'm going to name some bright spots because I did see some bright things with the Atlanta Falcons, man. I thought Devontae Freeman had his best game, which isn't saying much. He had about 80-some yards carrying on like 16, 15 carries. Matt Ryan, for what it's worth, was 29 for 34. Stats can fool you. Trust and believe. Stats can fool you. He was 29 for 34 for like, I want to say, I don't know how many yards, but he had 3 touchdowns and 1 interception. That interception, in my opinion, was the difference maker in this game. That interception happened in the red zone. They could have easily got a field goal out of that, or even if they would have scored, they probably would have potentially won the game or even tied the game up. I'm not going to sit there and knock the Atlanta Falcons and I did like Jacoby Brissett, and I thought he was killing their defense. I'm not sold on their defense. We've all spoke on this. The defense is not there. They invest way too much money in these skilled players on offense that I don't think that they put enough into their defense. But with that being said, Keanu Neal goes down, which was a huge blow for them, and they still had an opportunity to pull this game out. The last final drive, Frank Wright, is that his name? The coach? Man, he had a heck of a drive, that last drive with Jacoby Brissett. He was doing whatever he wanted to do. He was like 3 steps ahead of them the entire game. But with that being said, the Atlanta Falcons, man, looking at their schedule, I know I had them about 9-7, I think. I think that they can still reach that 8-8, 9-7 schedule. I didn't expect them to be a world beater team, but I do like some of the things that I'm seeing on the offense. I expected to start off a little slow because when you get a new, I know Dirk Cutter's been there, but when you get a new offensive coordinator, usually your offense takes some time to get going again. And what I'm seeing from the offense is that it's starting to get going. So if their defense can have just a little bit of success, I think that they can pull out some of these games. As long as you got Julio out here beasting and doing whatever he wants to do, you got an opportunity to win some games. So Atlanta Falcons, I'm keeping it 150% with you. I'm not a huge believer with y'all, but I do think that there was progress from what's that, Monday, whatever game y'all played against the Philadelphia Eagles into this game. Y'all just got beat by a better team.
Hey, real quick. This is why, look, Atlanta Falcon fans, okay, and I want y'all opinion as well. If you're going to have these skill positions and get these guys these big contracts, what do you have to do as an organization? You got to make sure that you are not whiffing on draft picks. And if you notice, man, over the past couple of years, they have been. You know what I'm saying? Like, most of their draft picks, in my opinion, they haven't gotten a return on investment. I mean, Calvin Ridley, yeah, okay. But like some of those later round picks, they ain't cutting it for me. Like, for real. Like, if you're going to go out here and you're going to throw all this money on the offensive side of the ball, you better have a bomb NFL scout guy that can go out there and evaluate talent. And they struggle with it. I don't know, man. If you look at their general manager and you look at the person over their scouting department, I mean, ain't doing their job, man. For real. Like, you got to make sure that you got to make sure you're hitting them out the park, man. And you got to make sure you're getting a return on investment. And they haven't been. You can talk about maybe their first 2 picks, you know what I'm saying, like the first round pick. But, I mean, come on, man. You know, if you get a first round pick, I mean, you know you're probably going to get a diamond in a rough, a decent player. But, like, some of those late rounds, man, you got to make sure that you get return on investment. And in my opinion, they haven't. They have not been.
Well, they've done a lot of trading up to get certain players to get rid of a lot of those picks. But I will say this. I do like Deion Jones. I like Campbell's decent. He's not an elite linebacker. Keanu Neal just can't stay healthy. If he stays healthy, he is a really good safety. The offensive lineman, we don't know. We got to see what they work out. Calvin Ridley looks like he's going to be pretty good in that team. You have Takk McKinley, who's still learning, and we know how DNs take some time to actually learn the position. Vic Beasley, I believe, is a miss. But all in all, it hasn't been terrible, in my opinion.
I like DJ threw that shade in there talking about it's the system. I think misery loves company when it comes to that. I mean, Dirk Cutter is not releasing the ball from Matt Ryan's hands, man. I thought some of his decisions down the stretch have just been uncharacteristic of him. He doesn't look anything like the MVP that we had a few years back. But once again, man, I think that the Colts I think Kobe Brissett is a heck of a ball player, man. And they got the Colts rolling. They got a good coach. Those guys are kind of like the no-name team. I think they just go out and play, man. I think Kobe has set his time and waited and waited and waited. Now he's finally he has the keys to the car. And I mean, we saw him in New England. He sat behind Tom Brady. He sat behind Andrew Luck, two great quarterbacks. Now it's his time to shine, man. I just think I think the Saints. I mean, not the Saints, but the Falcons. I do. Their schedule is favorable for them to turn it around. And you know, you get a game or two, I mean, you get a couple of wins, man, you get that confidence going, anything can happen. And I just, and, you know, I don't want to, I know we'll get to that. I just don't think that the NFC South right now is a overwhelming division. Yeah, I think any team that gets a couple of wins going, man, it could come out with the title.
Facts.
Yeah.
Facts. Well,
this is a down year for the South. I gotta say that, though. That is true. This is a down year for the NFC South.
Yeah, and I'm gonna throw a little plug in. Hey man, check out our prediction videos. I know it's only week 3, 4, but please go back and check out our prediction videos. I kind of felt like that. But anyway, that's the only reason why I said it. But we can move on, man. Y'all got anything else y'all want to say about these marks? Hey man, well, let's go on to the New York Football Giants versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Birthday boy, I'm gonna give you the floor, man. You can have the floor, wall, ceiling. You can have it all.
All right. Guess I gotta eat a little crow. Congratulations, Giants. You know, came out. I mean, say we should have won this game. We should have won this game. But we lost to a rookie quarterback, another one. Man, we've lost to a lot of rookie quarterbacks probably within the last 10 to 15 years. I mean, it'd be not either rookie or first time starting this, in their season against us. This is something that seems like it happens a lot. And Daniel Jones, good job. I mean, you look good. But I guess to the Bucs, I mean, to give up an 18-point lead, I mean, that's to a rookie quarterback. That's not good. Oh my God! I think talking about Atlanta how it took some of my thunder. We lost. I mean, what can I really say? I mean, I know you guys just sitting there chomping at the bit, kind of say what you want to say about it. I mean, I want me to kind of put my little 2 cents into what I seen with the Bucs. I mean, what excuse you have? The New York Giants is not a good team. You lost to a team that's not good. Started a rookie quarterback first time out there. They lost Saquon Barkley in the second quarter. The boy Shepard looked good out there as a wide receiver. But also, and Ingram, Ingram did what he did. I mean, he looked good as well. I mean, outside of that, what are you talking about here? I mean, you let an underwhelming team come back after you had them, by 3 scores. I mean, it's not good. You can spin it all types of ways. I mean, look, it came down to a last-second field goal that shouldn't even got there, but you got there. I mean, and you missed it. And you mainly missed it because of either poor communication of setting up your field goal team. I don't really know what it is or what happened. You lost 5 yards. That 5 yards made a difference in missing that field goal. All the things that happened in that second half for the Giants, obviously coming back and doing all the things they did. Daniel Jones walking into the end zone. Yeah. I could break that down to. I mean, look, we lost. Okay, I was wrong. I apologize. I don't know, man. I can't. You know what I'm saying? I can't sit here making excuses. I mean, you had no business losing that game. I mean, the Giants not good. Another team from the NFC least that's not good. They got one team in that division that is doing something. I mean, the Giants just, the Giants aren't going to win a lot of games this year. I mean, obviously it was nice for them to win at MetLife Raymond James Stadium. But look, you won. I'm not going to sit here and I'm not going
Hey,
to do it.
TJ, I want. Can we save you for last, my brother? I would love for you to go last on this segment.
Yeah, I can kill it.
Go ahead.
Okay,
go ahead.
Pack, you want to go next? Let Mr. Pack go.
Absolutely.
I was going to do it, but I changed my mind. I ain't going to do it.
I would love to go next. If we could, we could go back to the prediction video. They are who I said they are. The Bucs are not a good team. Across the board. I was at the only game that they won this year. I was at the Panthers-Bucs game, and it was boring, man. I thought they're a boring team. I don't think they're very good. They have one good player, in Mike Evans. I'm not gonna say they don't have any other, but they got one guy, and I think, like I said, I think they're at the bottom of the league. I think this is Jameis's last season of, I think he is who he is. I know it's tough for the Bucs fan, man, but I'm not hating. I'm just keeping it real. The Giants, first of all, the Bucs didn't lose. The Giants won the game. You come back from 18 down, you won the game. You deserve to win. And then you do it. You have a first-time starting rookie quarterback without arguably top 3 to 5 best players in the league goes down early. I mean, that should have been any good team. That team is done. You're gonna put the nail in the coffin. But I think the Bucs, like I said, from day one before this season started. They're not good, man. I mean, they're not good. They can beat Alabama, you know. They can beat Clemson, but that's about it, man. I think it's going to be a long season for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
All right, I'm gonna say my piece. I'm sorry, man. Hey, DJ. Hey, y'all, please go back and check out these previous videos. We tried to tell you, bro, this is not a JV team. You came in here talking smack. Oh, we're playing a JV team. We should blow them out. Tampa Bay. This is a statement game. We got to make a statement. I hate to do this to you on your birthday, but I mean, we got to do what we got to do. I will say this, man. Like I say, I don't know what it is about me today. I'm just trying to find positives in everything. Me and my wife had a really good conversation. Maybe that's it. I don't know. But Jameis, man, I thought Jameis played some really good ball. I think we can't put this game on Jameis Winston. So everybody in Tampa that's trying to say, oh, it's Jameis, you must not know football. Because Jameis Winston played some really good ball. This was not his loss. He even put them in a situation to win this game after the defense gave up 22 points in the second half. That's not good at all to a rookie quarterback with no Saquon Barkley out there. If I had to place blame in this game, it's not really the offense, because if you put 31 points up, you would expect, oh, that's enough points to win a game, especially when your defense has been playing well the last two previous weeks. It's the defense. Shaq Barrett was getting pressure, but that secondary, like we called a while ago, is god-awful. I mean, you got Hargrave out there that's getting toasted every which way possible. Carlton Davis holding everybody, can't play defense whatsoever. You got safeties out there. I do like Whitehead. He's a hitter, but is he great in coverage? No, he's not great in coverage. He's okay in coverage. Then you got a guy, you have nobody at the other position. You either have Darian Stewart because Justin Evans is out, or you have this rookie that they call Mike Edwards that's supposed to be the new honey badger just because his hair is blonde. Come on, y'all. Come on, man. The guy went to Kentucky, and we're going to call him Honey Badger already? Get out of here, man. But anyway, he was getting toasted. They were toasting him. I saw on plays in the all-22 cam. The Tampa Bay defense on that final drive dropped back 7. The Giants had 3 receivers out there, but yet Shepard somehow gets wide open for a 30-something yard gain. That's ridiculous. That is terrible. Then you start the second half with an opening one-play 75-yard touchdown you give up, and then the next possession you give up another touchdown. Now it's like, dang, we didn't got this lead. Now it's back pretty much 0-0. I'm putting that game on the defense, and if I'm Byron Leftwich and Bruce Arians, I'm doing exactly what I did. I'm running the ball, and especially after Jameis threw that interception. I'm running the ball because it's late in the game. All I need to do is somehow get another score, whether it's a field goal, touchdown. If I can get a field goal, that puts us up by 6, and that makes them have to drive down the field and score a touchdown, especially with my defense playing the way it's been the past couple games. They didn't do it. DJ, we told you, and I'm going to let TJ finish, but we told you not to sleep on this team, man, because I believe the Tampa Bay Buccaneers winning at halftime, thinking that they already won that game, and came out with the same mentality that you had, saying that we were playing against a JV team, and that JV team thumped y'all. That's all I got to say, man.
NFC least isn't so least.
Man, at the end of the day, if that field goal was made,
Ifs.
being said, the Buccaneers 2-1. I mean, yeah, you say if, but at the end of the day, that was a extra point, basically field goal. I mean, like I said, Pat went on his rant. You went on your rant. I guarantee you won't be saying any of this stuff if that field goal goes in.
Right. He missed. That was the third field goal. That's the third field goal he missed that day.
2 extra points and a field goal. Yes, that was.
That's the third kick he missed that day.
One got blocked, but. So,
it's the third kick that didn't go through the upright.
All I'm trying to say with this is you're saying all this, that Daniel Jones running end zone. I mean, if you kick that field goal at the end of the game, you make it. Is this narrative the same way you're doing right now? But I'm just saying, like, you make it sound like. No, I'm more going on Pack than what you're talking about, because Pack was just like, saying what he's saying.
What I said was the truth. Listen, if Cutler or whatever his name, if Cutter would have won, if he'd have taken y'all to some playoff games and won a Super Bowl, he'd still be there. If doesn't matter. He missed the kick. You guys are 1-2, and that came down. And if Christian McCaffrey would have dove, or if Christian McCaffrey was 6'2",
if Cam would have ran the ball up the middle,
you guys would be 0-3.
Okay.
Interrupted you, man.
You drinking water, man. So I ain't want to be no dead space out there. So throw that in there.
Nah. Look, I just got 4 words. I told you so. I told you so. I said that it was a different game when you have Daniel Jones in there. I said it last week that they realized that Eli Manning was done. They been knew this. And now you have this young guy coming in. This guy is not only representing a new quarterback. He represents hope. He gave those dudes hope out there. That offense looked completely different from when Eli Manning was out there. Guys seem like they elevated. I mean, when the last time we seen Evan Ingram play like that? When the last time we seen Sterling Shepard play like that? These guys were motivated. And when you have a motivated team, they are hard to beat. These guys could have easily phoned in after Saquon got out the game. That's they guy. You know what I'm saying? That's their franchise right there. They could have easily said, man, Saquon gone. We done. But these guys rose to the occasion, man. And when you see Daniel Jones out there scrambling, when you see him out there wheeling and dealing, you know what I'm saying? That makes guys want to go out there and do their job. And what the New York Giants did was pretty impressive, man. Like, we could talk about missed field goals all day long, but those guys show heart out there. Those guys show passion. And that's something we ain't see from a New York Giant team in a long time. And I mean, we could talk about offense, defense, or whatever. It is Matt Gay's fault they lost the game. I mean, let's just be honest. Like, if I am the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, this man is getting dressed outside the locker room. You know what I'm saying? Like, just drive home with your uniform on. Because you ain't getting up in that. You know what I'm saying? This guy, like, honestly, this guy cost them the game. They even took a delay of game penalty so he can kick within the range that he was most comfortable with. They gave you all of this. Look, and like you said, Jameis Winston, bro, I'm going to be honest with you. When he threw that pass to Mike Evans late in that game, this would have been a completely different story. I was prepared to come out here and eat crow myself because I said, week 1, I said, man, Jameis may not be the answer. Y'all know I was making jokes about Ryan Griffin and stuff like that. I wasn't prepared to come here and eat crow and say, man, this guy really turned the corner. That pass that he threw to Mike Evans was clutch. That was Florida State Seminole Jameis Winston right there. That's what I seen. I was ready to come in here, but they lost the game, man. And I'm just being honest. They lost the game. They did everything right offensively. They did everything they could possibly do except win this game. This game is Matt Gay's fault. We could talk about offense, defense. Right. This is Matt Gay's fault. They have not won this game. If he would have made at least one more of those kicks, we wouldn't even be having this conversation right now. So the fact of the matter is this. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers, sometimes, they're just a roll of the dice. We talked about it last week again when they played Carolina. They stopped them at the 1. That's just the way the ball bounced sometimes. Sometimes, a team just makes one more play than you. So I say this. If you're a Tampa Bay Buccaneers fan, you got a lot to be optimistic about. I'm just being honest. The only thing they got to do now is go out there and execute and stuff like that. I mean, they did what they needed to do, you know what I'm saying, to win this game. I mean, but they just didn't win. So, but I did. I told you so, man. You know, I'm glad, man. Like, I'm glad. I'm honestly, man, I hate to say at the expense of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, DJ, but I'm glad, man, because can y'all think about a quarterback that has come into the league with this much scrutiny? You know what I'm saying? Like, for him to come into the league, everybody telling this man suck. Everybody saying that the Giants whiff. Everybody saying that this guy is a backup quarterback at best. All the scouts saying this. Man, that guy showed me something. Like, for real, that Daniel Jones showed me something. And I have to say, man, I was really impressed because this guy could have easily allowed the critics and the media, I mean, being in New York, to get him down. But not only did he go out there and ball and account for 4 touchdowns for his team, he basically changed the way the New York fan base feels about him. And even though this is 1 week and he has like 15 more years to go in the National Football League, I'm proud of that man. I'm sorry. I'm proud. Like, for real. Like, there's just something about a guy who just overcomes the odds, you know, and you can find yourself rooting for him, man. So I'm happy. I'm happy that man went out there, was wheeling and dealing, and I'm glad he just changed the narrative about himself. I'm sorry Tampa Bay had to suffer the loss in the process, but it is what it is, man. Matt Gay's fault. So I knew that boy went home driving his car with a pair of cleats on because he wouldn't have gotten in that locker room. I wouldn't have let him in there. We're like, man, you need to look, bro, just go on head home. You know what I'm saying? Like, maybe you come back to the bar, maybe we'll let you in. Maybe your key will work. You know what I'm saying? When you try to access the gate. But
Hey,
it's his fault, man. Matt Gay's fault.
I agree. I agree with everything you said, except for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers have a lot to be optimistic. I
They
don't.
do. They do. They do,
I don't
though,
think
man.
they have much going for them, man. I think eventually Mike Evans is going to ask out of there. Is they, you know, like I said, they're a bottom tier team. Nobody likes losing. I don't see any brightness in that future. I mean, they're gonna have to just depend on the future, draft right, maybe get a free agent to come in there. But I don't, and I'm not being a hater. I'm just going by what I see and what I feel and what I don't like this team, man. And that's not hate. I'm just saying I don't like them as far as winning. DJ, I feel sorry for you, man. I mean,
I'm sorry for me. Just worry about your Cowboys getting past the first round.
I mean, we're fine, man. I'm having a blast. I'm enjoying this season. It was, you know, I'm enjoying this season.
The Dolphins, man. I'll be happy too.
I think people talk about we'll talk about my Cowboys later. I don't think they have a lot of. I don't think they have a lot to look forward to right now. Meaning the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Yeah, I would agree with you on that too, Pac. But
I gotta disagree, man. I'm sorry, man.
I'm telling you, they gonna go. We'll talk about that later with this week 4 and this stretch that they about to go through. But shout out to the Charlotte kid, Daniel Jones. He was a beast in high school, man, out here, man. So shout out to him. I'm happy for him because he was criticized. TJ, you made a heck of a point. DJ, you got anything you want to say to wrap it up, man? I didn't say what I need to say about your game.
This field goal loss again. Change narrative. I mean, it is what it is. All the things that happened in that game, you can talk about it. You had an opportunity at the 10-yard line. It got pushed back further. Missed. You can say whatever you want else about it. I mean, whatever. You should have been in that situation you were, though. And guess what? You missed. So what else can you really say? Like you said, Jameis played a good game, but that's not going to be the narrative. So it is what it is. It continues what Pac said. You know, if you win that game, Jameis is a hero. You know, you make that field goal, Jameis is a hero. You know, but you miss. Daniel Jones, he's the greatest quarterback now in Giants history. You know, he's fighting all the odds. You know, that's the narrative right now. Cool. First week. I mean, are y'all ready? Because it sounds like some people were trying to write his documentary in here. So, I mean, I enjoyed what Daniel Jones did. I thought it was great. But, I mean, it's one game. I mean, I watched Marcus Mariota do that against us first week when he came into the league. threw 4 touchdowns. They're still thinking about getting rid of that dude. So it was good. Daniel Jones, congratulations. I'm happy for you. Hey, it's game inches. Let's go on. Let's move on.
All right, man. So that wraps it up for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers Giants game. Let's move on to the Carolina Panthers versus the Arizona Cardinals. I want to start off by giving a little update on Mr. Cameron Jarrell Newton. I think the Carolina Panthers are finally making a wise decision, but I understand why they made the wise decision. But they let him rest, man. He had a really serious foot injury that I kind of feared when it happened because, like I told y'all before, I just got out of a boot for a fracture in my middle foot. So I know how hard, and I'm still dealing with pain. I know how long it may take to heal from that. So he's going to be out probably through the bye. He probably won't come back into the 49ers game, if not later, which is like October 27th or something like that. So sit out and chill, finally get an opportunity to rest. But that's enough about Cam. Let's talk about this game. Kyle Allen played some really good ball. Took care of the ball, played, I think it was 19 for 26 for 200-some yards, 4 touchdowns. We were able to do whatever we wanted to do offensively. We were able to run the ball. C-Mac is looking like one of the top 3 running backs in the NFL right now, possibly. In between the tackles, catching the ball, doing blocking, everything that you ask for a running back, every down back to do. The Cat Pack is what we call them. Curtis Samuel and DJ Moore finally was able to get the ball to be able to make plays in stride. A lot of times they catch the ball, either they're waiting on it or something happens where it's not in stride. They finally got a chance to catch the ball in stride, and when they did, they were able to make plays. That's huge for them. And they looked like they were having fun. That's the most important thing. I haven't seen this team have this much fun in a long time, and that should be telling in itself. Mr. Old man that ain't got nothing left in the tank, Greg Olsen, is still out there producing. Second game in a row, I think he's cracked 100 yards. He had 2 touchdowns out there balling. DJ, I believe you said it some time ago that he's like a little younger version of Jason Witten right now, but you can tell he's getting up in oh God, you can tell he's getting up there in age, and he's lost a step, but mentally he's outworking these guys, man. He knows where he needs to do and what he needs to do with his body. Defensively, shout out, man, 8 sacks. 8 sacks on a guy that runs. I've never seen, I'm not gonna say never, but this little joker, man, his feet move, man. I was getting so frustrated watching Kyler Murray run around like that, man. Mighty Mice, it was tearing me up early in the game. But defense got 8 sacks. Dante Jackson got 2 picks. Playing good ball, man. We're the number 2 ranked defense against the pass right now. This team has been throwing over 300-some yards each game, the past 2 games. To throw only 100-some yards is big for us. I do want to give much props to a guy that is a silent assassin by the name of James Bradbury. Nobody's going to talk about him, but he has the number 1, rated QB throwing or whatever rating against. I think it's like 29 rating. He's locking down and playing really, really good ball against everybody he's playing now. Hey, man, solid assassin. Doesn't talk much. Dante Jackson's going to get a lot of that because of his swag, and he's getting a lot of the attention because everybody's seeing what Bradbury's doing, so they're going to try to pick on him. But he's making plays, man, making some plays. I want to shout out the coaching staff before we move on because our coaching staff has really been getting abused. They made some heck of adjustments on offense and defense in that game, man. Kyle Murray, I believe they pretty much shut him down the second half. Our offense kept going the second half. And at the beginning, it was looking like a track race. Whoever had the ball last was going to win. But we made the necessary adjustments to win that game. I'm not going to sit here and be too pumped up because that defense was and is one of the worst defenses in the NFL right now. So we should be able to do what we did against them. We're a better team than them. And also, I do have a concern with Kyle Allen. He has to learn to protect the ball. Not throwing interceptions, but whenever he does take a hit, he has to be able to hold on to the ball. He got hit, I believe, twice, and both times the ball came out. He has to do a much better job than that. But we're going to ride with them. We're going to go on with this team. I never thought this team was a bad team. I thought we had the right pieces to be able to make plays, especially offensively, and I thought our defense was really, really good. I wouldn't say great yet, but we're really good. We're top 5 right now in total yards, but I thought we had a really, really good team. Hopefully, we can build off this momentum. We are a momentum team. When we lose, we lose. When we win, we win. So hopefully we done got one. We done got a win. I'm just hoping we can stay with that. Other than that, that's all I got for my Carolina Panthers, man. Keep pounding. Go ahead, Pat. Go ahead. We'll let the guests go because I know you got a lot of noise you want to talk.
Hey, I don't think – I think Cam was going to lose that job, man. I think the whole foot injury, I think it's real, but it's good timing. So it gives him another shot that when he's healthy again, and if Allen hasn't – if he got these boys rolling, it's going to be the Tony Romo effect, man. Hey, welcome Dak Jr., you know. But I think that you said them boys, you did mention the boys are having fun, man, and I believe that. And I think Cam was a black cloud, man. Be it the health, and I understand, man, it may be hard to stay motivated and keep that energy when you banged up season in, season out, man. What's next? Shoulder, foot, you know, pinky toe, whatever. My scarf ain't right. But he, you know, shot in the arm, man. Shot in the arm. Hey, Allen goes out there and has them boys rolling. You mentioned it. Hit them boys in stride. Why is that? Is he more accurate? Hey.
I really think you set up the floor for all this, Mike. I mean,
I'm being real.
You were being real.
I'm a
I'm just
Carolina
saying,
Panthers fan. I'm not a one-player fan.
And I get it. I mean, but you set up the floor to say this might be that, like Pac would say. I think everybody was there listening to you thinking, man, you setting up the floor to say, you know, we might be seeing the passing of the torch. You said they're getting hit in stride. You know, they're not waiting for the ball no more. They're having fun. You know, I mean, these are all lies to say that, you know, the Carolina Panthers might be going a different direction. You know, this Norv Turner offense might be more based in a player that one is more accurate, maybe be able to see the field a little better than Cam Newton, because like you said, they're waiting in spots, waiting for the ball to get to them, and Cam's not seeing it. You watch Kyle Allen come out here, you know, DJ Moore's out here playing, Curtis Samuel's out here playing. Now the defense is backing up, and now you got C-Mac back out here ripping off 75-yard touchdowns and stuff. I mean, I know it's the Arizona Cardinals, but at the same time, I mean, I guarantee the city of Charlotte, you know, they're seeing the same exact thing. And it was already 50-50 when you're talking about how they felt about Cam. So I need a torch. Hey, Pat, take this torch. I'm Cam Newton. But,
hey, man, I think if Allen could go out there and have similar, kind of a repeat of what he did, is the best thing for both sides, man. I think Cam does need to move on. I wish him the best, but and he may bounce back. He may be Randall Cunningham part 2, you know, bounce back and go on and possibly win MVP or whatever. But I don't think it's here, man. I think his time is gone. I think, like you said, Mike, I think he's just a black cloud, man. His own injuries or whatever just couldn't get out of his way. But hey, Panthers got to win, man. And if my recollection is correct, the last time they won, the same guy was the quarterback. So you go 8, 9 straight games without a win, man. That's going to do something to your psyche. So all of a sudden, you're not. That chest isn't as broad when you think you're Superman. So, hey, maybe he needs a new environment to get his mojo back, man.
All right. Once again, I got 4 words for you. I told you so. Okay. I told you that Kyle Allen was going to go out there and ball. I told you that this game wasn't going to be close. And the reason why is because of Kyle Allen. Kyle Allen is one of the Noah Turner type quarterbacks, man. I mean, if you look at the way that he plays, you know, Noah Turner offense is about time and anticipation and stuff like that. And this guy, he has that. I mean, when the last time you seen like DJ Moore catch a pass in stride, or Curtis Samuel catching passes in stride? I mean, it's been a while, man. I mean, this guy has everybody involved in this game. I mean, all the players offensively was making plays out there. And it's been a while since we've seen this from the Carolina Panthers. Look, here's the thing. This right here was the best thing that ever happened to Cam Newton, and it's also the worst thing that ever happened to Cam Newton. It's the best thing that happened to Cam Newton because it gives him an opportunity to heal up and deal with those nagging injuries. Now, the team is not going to be trying to rush him to get back because they're down, because they feel like Kyle Allen can drive the bus, so to speak. But it's also the worst thing that can happen because now you got this young player who basically, is the stereotypical quarterback that can stand in the pocket and make plays. So, I mean, in the city of Charlotte and Carolina Panther fans all over look at this and say, man, you know what I'm saying? Like, maybe this is what we need. So this is like, it's like, damn if you do, damn if you don't type thing, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to like Cam Newton. Hopefully, this gives him the opportunity to heal up. Then when he get back, there are no more excuses, man. There are no more excuses to say, oh, man, this shoulder hurt, this leg hurt. You get yourself 100% healthy. I'll be honest with you. If Kyle Allen can go out here and play and win some games, I shut it down if I was Cam Newton. I mean, I'll be honest with you. I shut it down, and I just kind of focus in, you know what I'm saying, on trying to be the best I can be for next season. Because I'm going to be honest, like, last season, I think we all can agree he wasn't himself because of his shoulder injury, and I think that it kind of affecting his confidence and his ability to throw the ball. He'll never say that. He'll never admit it, but I think we all can see it. And I know that Cam Newton is much better than what he's been showing over the past few games, going back to last season. So if I was the Carolina Panthers and Kyle Allen was playing like this, I leave Cam Newton out as long as I possibly can. But this is not good. This ain't good. But congratulations to the Carolina Panthers. I think that this is the shot in arm that they needed. Looking at some of these games, they are winnable games over the next couple weeks. I think that they can probably get some wins. And if Kyle Allen can go out here and show what he showed against the Arizona Cardinals, also known as ITT Technical Institute out there, I think they'll be able to. I think they'll be able to go out there and I think that they'll be okay. Kyle Allen, like I said, I watched him in Week 17 against the Saints last season. I know this guy got something. So
I think Cam Newton will look real nice in a Bucs uniform, man. I'm just saying.
Moving on.
Hold on. I got something I want to say, man. You gotta give me the last word on this, man. Like I said, I am a Carolina Panthers fan. A lot of people want to say I'm Cam. Trust and believe me, I love Cam to death. And I am gonna say this though. Cam Newton in North Turner's offense, the first 8 weeks of the season when we were 6-2, he was doing some of the same things. He was hitting the players in stride. They were getting off. Everybody was happy. Balling. He was doing really well in this system. They said he was pretty much having better season than his MVP season during that stretch before the injury. I want to take it back, and I said this in a ride-along, but I'm going to bring it back out again. There was a quarterback by the name of Mark Bolger, if I'm not mistaken, for the St. Louis Rams. Kurt Warner had an injury. I think they went like 0-5 or something like that with Kurt. He got out. Mark Bolger came in. Actually, it was another quarterback. He gets hurt. Then Mark Bolger comes in, and he starts balling. He goes on this winning streak, and they feel like they have the next best thing. They got a younger guy. Seemed like he was keeping it going. Maybe Kurt Warner was over the hill, this, that, and the third. They get rid of Kurt Warner. Their franchise went from this to once they made that decision. Kurt Warner goes on to the Arizona Cardinals, pops up on my boys in the playoffs and make it to the Super Bowl against the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now, if you're the Carolina Panthers, you have a tough decision to make. If this happens with Kyle Allen, I would give him the opportunity to see what he can do when he's healthy, but I'm not putting him back out there until he's 110% healthy. Once he's 110% healthy and he can show what he can do, because he does have another year on his contract. And if he can't, then you need to make that decision. But I'm not writing him off of 1-2 starts. Can't do that, especially when I've seen what he can do in a North Turner system when he's healthy. He's more dynamic than Kyle Allen. So we do have options. We do have salary issues. We're not in a bad situation right now, but Cam is not guaranteed much money next year. Who knows what'll happen there? We cut him. That's about $20 million we saved that we can spread across our team, and we got Kyle Allen here for the low. Who knows? But I would say if he's 100% healthy, bring him back. Give him an opportunity. If he doesn't look right, have a short leash, pull him, and then go from there. But I'm not ready to write off Cam yet. Not out for one game or pretty much 2 games.
Well, you got to think about it like this, though, man. If Allen could take you guys, if you guys could win the NFC South this year with he at the helm,
right?
Cam comes back healthy. What kind of opportunity are you giving Cam?
What do you mean? I mean, this is a franchise quarterback. So I don't want to be dumb in this situation and say, hey, we got smoke and mirrors. Now I got Kyle Allen playing this type of ball. Now he's got more game tape where people can game plan, see his tendencies, and he comes out to be like a Mark Bolger. I don't know. All I'm saying is that Cam has broken his body enough to be able to have the opportunity to come back and play for the Carolina Panthers. I believe that personally. But I believe even with Cam, this team was good enough to win the South because of the pieces around, not necessarily just the quarterback, but because of the pieces around. If you could just give them the ball, they can make plays. And the defense, I thought was going to be pretty good, the best in the South. So
I think if Allen can lead these boys to an NFC championship, NFC South championship, I think you got to give him the keys, man. There's not a quarterback controversy going into camp next year when you got a guy who's 0 for 8 in his last 8 starts.
Right, but I don't think they shut him down for the entire year is what I'm saying. I think Cam will be back to be able to get the opportunity to play this season. Now, if he didn't play this season and he shut it down, Cam better be looking for a new team next year, especially if that happens. Because I know my owner's cutting him, and he's about that money and winning. If he can win with this guy, let's go with it, and let's build a better team around this guy to go ahead and win.
Right.
As long as he's winning, and as long as the Carolina Panthers are winning, I say keep him out there. Like I said, it's a blessing and a curse. It's a blessing because it gives Cam Newton the opportunity to heal up. It's also a curse because now the Carolina Panther fan base are watching this guy really show that the Carolina Panthers are a different offense and really showing what these guys are capable of, man. Like that's scary. Like watching this, if you're Cam Newton, like you gotta have a level of nervousness, you know, like you have to. Like watching this guy go out here and watching this guy put this ball where it needs to be, and this and to make plays. But it's all about the confidence you have in yourself. Oh, and by the way, Mark Bolger, man, he wasn't that bad. You know what I'm saying?
That's
like,
my guy.
He wasn't that
That's
bad.
my 2-time teammate, Mike. He got injured, man.
Oh,
Mark Bolger was
all I know is the franchise went from sugar.
It wasn't bad.
The franchise went from sugar to.
Well, you do know that Kurt Warner made a stop in New York and wasn't. He wasn't too good. Man. He needed.
that Arizona was just a good fit for him. No disrespect. I mean, he's a Hall of Fame.
We talking about after Arizona, he went to New York, right?
No, he went to New York before Arizona.
Yeah, he did right before Eli took over.
Yeah, they drafted Eli. Yeah.
So, hey man, it happens.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's all about the fit. That's all I got to say, man. We can move on to the New Orleans Saints. I got
Are you talking about the you talking about the NFC South leading New Orleans Saints?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, okay.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Once again, he was right.
Hey, look.
Yeah, hey, you had a
TJ
great
Thomas out here.
week.
TJ Thomas is here, man. TJ Thomas is him. I told you, man. I told you once again that the New Orleans Saints can beat the Seattle. Look, this right here was a team victory. I'm not about to sit up here and make it seem like, Teddy Bridgewater came out there setting the world on fire. He did not. This was a win because you had offense, defense, and special teams working together to get this win. They got a punt return for a touchdown, a fumble recovery for a touchdown. Shouts out to the referee for not blowing it dead this week. You know what I'm saying? But I have to say, man, I'm really impressed with this team. And I said it in my video earlier today. The New Orleans Saints are a different type of breed, man. People are not giving these guys no credit. I understand. Like, I completely understand. For years, Drew Brees has been the guy that bails this team out year after year. He makes this team relevant year after year. Defense been suspect year after year, and Drew Brees is coming to game, rally late. But the front office of the New Orleans Saints has done an outstanding job getting guys into this locker room that are high-character guys that play for each other. I don't think people understand this, man. When you're playing not just for yourself but for your brother, that's something different, man. That's something special. And these guys understood for all week long. People been talking about, oh, man, the Saints are doomed. The Saints, they going to be one of those teams that going to go from, first to worst and all that. And they went out there and they balled, man. And they made a statement. Yeah, and yeah, you know what I'm saying? Seattle started coming back late, but that's Russell Wilson. I think we all can agree. Russell Wilson is Mr. Fourth Quarter. Like, that's just who he is, man. I mean, I was watching that game, like, when I seen the fourth quarter, I got a little nervous because that's who Russell Wilson is. But this team, like, they rallied around each other, man. And they wanted to make this statement. Shouts out to the preparation of Sean Payton, keeping those guys out there on the West Coast for 2 weeks. They've been out there since they played against the Rams. So I think by them practicing in Washington State really helped them out because they were able to understand the conditions and being out there, making sure that they have the right footing, right cleats and stuff like that. Once again, Teddy Bridgewater, he ain't set the world on fire. He just drove the bus, made sure it didn't crash. And what can you say, man? Alvin Kamara, incredible, man. This dude is the bona fide certified truth. Some of them plays that guy made, man, I was just completely impressed. But, I mean, we can talk about some of the things that I didn't like. I think the secondary, once again, is suspect. Marshawn Lattimore, in my opinion, has kind of regressed. You would think that you would see much better out of him. He was the defensive rookie of the year. But every single year it just seems like I don't know. He's not playing up to the full potential. I don't know if he was reading his press clippings or, I mean, he just think that, okay, I'm the best cornerback on this team, so that's enough. But these guys got to step up, man, because the jury is out right now. You know what I'm saying? And people know now all they got to do is throw the ball deep, and two things could possibly happen. It's going to be a big play or it's going to be a pass interference. So these guys going to have to step it up because, once again, I said this, there's no Drew Brees to bail them out if you go out here and you go down late in these games. So, but congratulations to the New Orleans Saints. Good team victory. And now, on to Dallas.
Hey, man, I want to can I go next, y'all? All right, I'm going to go next because TJ said something last week in our review. And check out our old videos. I'm going to keep plugging them in. about the Atlanta Falcons that I'm about to say about these New Orleans Saints. Smoke, mirrors. I'm going to tell you something, man. Pete Carroll must have owed Sean Payton a favor. I've never seen Pete Carroll coach a more terrible game than this game right here. I'm going to tell you something. Everybody knows the scouting report on the New Orleans Saints. Throw the ball deep, deep, deep. For whatever reason, I understand that Seattle's a run-first team. But these guys were getting whatever they wanted to get whenever they did drop back and pretty much throw the ball. There was a time at the end of the half, I think they were down, I want to say, I can't remember, they were down maybe by 10. It might have been 20-7, something like that. They had 25 seconds left with 2 timeouts, and they don't call a timeout, and they're trying to go score. They just let the play go. DJ Metcalf makes a big, huge play, I want to say within the 20 or something like that, and they have no timeout. They have no time to call a timeout. When I tell you the play calling was terrible, it was terrible, and I've never seen Pete Carroll do anything like this, man. I mean, and it seemed like he waited until the fourth quarter to say, okay, let's go bombs over Baghdad now, and now we can get whatever we want. The offense of the New Orleans Saints was not, I mean, Teddy Bridgewater first pass to a receiver came late in the second quarter. I mean, they weren't doing anything. They scored their first touchdown off a punt return. The next one was off a fumble recovery. Hey, man, you find ways to score, I get it. I am not sold because they can't do this every single week to be able to sustain this lead in the NFC South. They have to be able to produce way much more offensively because that defense is not going to get a touchdown every game, and special teams not going to get a touchdown every game. They had the Seattle Seahawks got to stop where they were Will Lutz, or whatever his name is, was kicking the field goal. They kicked the field goal. He misses the field goal, and all of a sudden it's some illegal formation where he lined over the center, which gives them an automatic first down, and they go down and drive and score. Like I'm saying here, just like we said with the Philadelphia Eagles and the Atlanta Falcons, the Philadelphia Eagles did everything possible to give the Atlanta Falcons that game. It was the same case from when I watched this game with the Seattle Seahawks. They gave them every opportunity to win this game. Like I said, I truly believe Pete Carroll owed Sean Payton a favor. I don't know what they did. I don't know if it was a trade or something happened some time ago. I don't know if it was a bet. I don't know what's going on. But I was like, wow, I was blown away because Pete Carroll's a much better coach than that. And I'm not trying to completely take everything away from the New Orleans Saints. I want to give them credit for the win because when you win games in the NFL, you got to get props. It's tough to win games in the NFL, regardless how it is. But what they're doing, they can't carry on each week. And so I don't believe that this team is going to be able to keep that same momentum, especially going into next week, but we'll talk about it a little later, and the stretch that they have on their schedule. But I'm not a believer in them yet. I guess I'm like everybody else. But it was a great team victory. So way to be on top of the South. That's all I got to say about it.
Man, this boy Kyle Allen, boy, he breathing spirit in the mic out this mug. You know what I'm saying? He brought the Carolina. He brought the mic. Man, you saw things that I wanted to point out, but I probably was in the middle of both of y'all. I mean, great team win, but I do think there was some smoke and mirrors out there that, you probably didn't want to mention because it was a good team win. And every phase of your team contributed to points on that board. That's rare. You're not gonna get a kick. You're not gonna get a punt. What was that? The first punt return of the year? Yeah, I think it was first punt return of the year. Anybody scored. Defense. I mean that strip fumble. It looked like nobody even knew that even happened. You know what I'm saying? Like. And Pete Carroll, I mean, for what you did and forced Russell Wilson to be Russell Wilson, like you said, Mr. Fourth Quarter, that's crazy. The dude put up 2 touchdowns running and 2 touchdowns passing, almost 400 yards passing. All that came like the second half because you wanted to run Carson and fumble Penny. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, that
crazy.
Like I said, I do fall in the middle of it because I do think that y'all gonna need Drew Brees. I think Teddy Bridgewater might get a little better, with a couple more weeks in this offense. By the time he gets probably where he needs to be, Drew Brees will probably be back. But yeah, good win. Hey, TJ, I got once again. We're in your segment. Man, you nailed this week.
Yes, you
At the end of
did.
the day, you killed it this week. You saw everything that was about to happen this week. I don't know if old Saint Lucia Saint was on your side this week, because I'm telling you right now,
Voodoo.
I mean, because like I said, even when you talk about the Carolina game, I mean, I thought I was about to be good on that one. Like I said, my game, I thought I was gonna be good on that one. Like I said, you talking about drop passes by the Arizona Cardinals that ended that, and obviously Carolina was already playing great ball, kept running with it, finished them.
Bro, we talking about the Saints, man.
I know, but I'm just saying, I'm just talking about TJ and how great he did this week, and the same Jesus I saw on his team for the Saints to win that game. He had this week making the predictions. Before we get to the Cowboys, I got to give you your props, man. Like I said, I'm taking all the credit today. I got killed. I mean, I can't. I already know I was gonna be fumbling a little bit today because I can't backtrack on what happened. I mean, I had a bad week, bro. Congratulations, TJ. Congratulations.
One more thing, Pack, and I'm gonna let you go. I have to see more out of this offense, man. It was pedestrian at best. But Alvin Kamara, I've always said this, man. That's a bad man. I promise you I wanted him. I was high on him in the draft. That's a bad man. So
yeah, I like Alvin Kamara a lot.
But go ahead, Pac, man. I'm done with this game.
I appreciate it, man. Shout out, man. First, shout out to Teddy B, man.
I forgot he's a fan of him, so he gonna just give him whatever he wants.
He's the class act, man. I got a good friend of mine who's on the academic staff in Louisville. He speaks highly of Teddy. And the man, bro, to turn down money and to turn down a starting role for the Miami Dolphins, to say I'm gonna stay in New Orleans, that's class, man. So like DJ mentioned, like DJ mentioned, he will get better. I mean, it's been years, man. So this guy got his first start in years. He's wise enough to know, you know what, I need to get that ball to number 41. And that's what he did. He didn't try to do too much. He didn't go out there and try to be Drew Brees. He was a first time starting in years Teddy Bridgewater. He's going to do better. He's going to get better. This team is going to get better behind him. And as a backup, what do you ask your backup to do? Hey, keep us afloat until that man gets back. Keep us afloat. I think he may be the highest paid backup quarterback in the game. So if he can get those guys to stay, they can win half the games or maybe, 60, 70% of the games while Drew Brees is out, he did his job. And he'll be able to audition for a starting position next year, whenever that time comes. But shout out to Teddy B, man. I have been a fan. I was happy to see them boys get a win. I mean, I won't be rooting for him this week, but but shout out to him, man. That's about all I'm gonna say about that, man.
Yeah, I know. We know you're a fan, man. So we can move on with that. TJ, last words on it, man. You good?
Nah, man. I mean, look, y'all make some good points. Anybody that know me, I'm a realist when it comes to the Saints, man. I don't wear my heart on my sleeve. I think y'all brought up a lot of points. I can understand, Mike, how you can think that it's smoke and mirrors. But look, I think that camaraderie and chemistry is one of those underrated traits when it comes to a team. But once again, and I mean, we all, for the most part, play organized sports. And y'all know when you're playing for your brother, when you're playing for the guy next to you, it's a different type of team, man. And when you see these guys like rallying around each other, when you see in the media guys are like basically getting ridiculed and crucified, for their questionable play. But yet guys picking guys up on the sidelines and they patting each other on the back. Like that goes a long way. And, I just think that the New Orleans Saints, I mean, they just got a good team. and that was just a good team win, man. You know, like we do it week to week. You know what I'm saying? Like we ain't too high, we ain't too low with this victory. You know, but I mean, they won the game. So at the end of the day, I think we talked about earlier with Tampa Bay. You know, if they would have made that field goal, would have been a completely different story. You know what I'm saying? Like Herb Edwards said it best. You play to win the game, and they won. So,
yeah, that's what's up, man. Well, we're gonna go for our special guest. We're gonna give a a little moment between his team against the JV Dolphins, Dallas Cowboys against the Tank for Tua Dolphins.
Miami Community College.
Yeah, right. We not. You sure you wasn't playing the Miami Hurricanes? we gonna let you get the this opportunity, a little brief moment to talk about your Cowboys.
I appreciate the opportunity, guys, man. You know, enjoying this season thus far, man. Like I said, we're a young team that's going to get better every week. Dak's getting better. With that said, man, if you guys want to say that was a JV team, we beat them like a JV team. Supposed to do, it's a JV team. But last time I checked, they're professionals, just like the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, just like the New York Giants. And we beating the Giants too. So, hey, we beat the Giants beat the Bucks. You know?
Me beat Daniel Jones.
Like I said, man, we went out there, we had 2 receivers over 100 yards receiving. Zeke went over 100 yards rushing. That's what you're supposed to do if against a JV team.
Right.
I really love what his team is at. We are having fun. We've been having fun all year. This team is gelling together. Dak is becoming a heck of a leader. He is the undisputed, bona fide leader of this Cowboys team. And man, you know, I know with Gallup going down, which I told you guys earlier this year, I felt like he and Dak were going to have a breakout year. Gallup going down, I was a little concerned, but I know, hey, we got Witten back. We got Cobb, you know, and of course we got Mr. Cooper. So, and it showed, man. And I'm excited. I'm excited about this week coming up. I enjoyed the game. And we got Robert Quinn coming off that edge now. He came in like he's been there for years, man. The chemistry there. This team is special this year, man. And that offensive line protects.
Interesting week. Oh, man. So that is it for the NFL. Well, shit, I messed up. I'm tired, y'all. This is it for the NFC versus the NFL show. This your boy, Mike Ricks. Keep pounding. Follow me at Twitter, Mike Ricks07.
This is your boy DJ. Fire them cannons. I finally got it out. Fire them cannons. But no Twitter handle. Bam. What's up?
Man, it's your boy TJ Jones. All I have to say is who that. Follow yours truly on Twitter at TJ the Radio Guy.
Hey, this is America's fan, man. D-Pack. How about them Cowboys, man? Y'all boys have a good night.
Appreciate y'all checking it out. We out.
All right.